Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get airborne with our third full throttle event of our September full throttle launch. Extremely fired up. You are sitting in the Accelerated Retirement Live Trade Brief. That is the ARLTB. A lot of acronyms here at TGO. Most important announcement we're going to make, besides closing a $1,700 winning trade in a week, is that we are going to be opening our 50 slots here, probably 3/4 of the way through. Once I get done the majority of the heavy lifting, and then we'll go ahead and make all that stuff happen. Extremely fired up with what's going on here at TGO, and we'll talk here in a couple minutes. It just cracked me up yesterday watching the president speak and the market going up. So we're going to talk through all of this. You just can't, this is a market that you just can't keep down, keep down until it goes down, and then it's going to be there will be zero liquidity on the other side of any trade that you want to get out of. But that's my job, is to scare the hell out of you, so when it doesn't happen, you're pleasantly surprised, especially with the cheap insurance that we talked about yesterday in the primary live trade brief. Okay. Real quick, here's what we've knocked out so far. We had our welcome aboard brief, 8 o'clock Monday night. I'm going to tell you to watch the replay a couple times if you guys haven't watched the replay a couple times. Yesterday, we did the primary live trade brief. Didn't get around to doing an urgent alert because I was on the phone doing a lot of stuff and trying to figure out how volatility can go down when the leader of the free world threatens to destroy another nation. So we put on an Apple bull put spread and a Facebook long call diagonal with a protective put. A lot of great comments on that. People who are new to options, it cracks me up how they don't know that they can do that they can be long-term bullish on something like a Facebook and short-term neutral or even short-term bearish, and how to manage that trade. So I'll show you the replay page in a second here, because I know some of you are sitting here right now going, this is my brand new this is my first time in full throttle. So I'll show you where the replay page is, and you guys can watch all of that stuff. So today, you're in it. You're in Accelerated Retirement, one of our more conservative portfolios, and we're going to open our slots today, 50 slots. That's it. Tonight, at 8 p.m. Eastern, you're not going to want to miss your introduction to Doug Robertson. He just was Skyping me just now. One of the symbols he's going to cover tonight is NVIDIA. NVDA. He's going to be doing vertical spread training, and then he just sent me a Skype. He's like, I'm looking for another one we'll do training on tonight. So I'll put that in an email in a little bit. But Doug Robertson is our volatility arbitrage trader. You'll meet him tonight at 8 o'clock. He's going to give you a sample of the 8 sessions that you're going to get with him, and you're going to learn everything from the Greeks to calendars, you name it, folks. World-class training, not education. Then you're going to join him tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for what we call the ALTB, which is the Advanced Live Trade Brief, kind of a demo do. Doug talks about NVIDIA the night before, 0900 the next day. Let's get in the market live and potentially put on a trade. He'll also send out an advanced trade alert, and then Friday's it, guys. We're going to do our famous weekly options debrief. We're still looking at that SPX bear call spread that some of you got out yesterday for a nice 20-25% gain for $600. Some of you are still holding it. None of my business. And we're going to and we'll debrief that. I think we'll talk about this in a couple minutes, but I think we're going to have a little bit of a sell on the news of the Fed. It's not like she's going to come out at 2 o'clock and say, you know what, forget it. We're not going to unwind our balance sheet, and the market's going to have a rip your face off rally. This market drifting up into the Fed, I think it's going to be selling the news. But anyway, Friday we'll lead with a debrief. Doug and I will do a 30-minute, hey, any questions on any of the trades from the week, and then I'll do a weekly options debrief, okay? And then we should be done. We'll have a special announcement on Friday, maybe, so you don't want to miss Friday's session, or you don't want to miss the replay, okay? Let's go ahead and get going. Okay. You guys know me well enough by now. Watch the replay if you don't. Today, I'm going to teach you a little-known tactic to retail options traders that after I teach it to you, you're going to do the I could have had a V8 to your forehead. Why? First of all, it's common sense, and second of all, it's common sense. It's kind of a little top secret tactic, but it's also, I'm going to teach you a new word today for my new retail options traders and potential members. It's called a tredge. Okay? It's a trade and a hedge kind of put together. Remember, with a trade, I want to make money. If I don't, I'm not happy about it. We got to debrief, and we got to figure out Folks, I'm not going to talk about Apple at all. Here's one of the things you're going to learn. This is the Accelerated Retirement Live Trade Brief. We're going to talk about the positions in the Accelerated Live Trade Brief. If you're a member and you have questions about the Apple bull put spread, you get in what we call the Ready Room, our interactive forum, and you get in there and you ask me a question, you ask Doug, and I'll do it then. So, folks, if the Apple trade was put on yesterday and it's the day later, no changes doing Ari, doing bad Apple. Ari, if you think the trade's gone completely south in a day, you probably don't want to sign up and be a TGO member. If you're that tactical, do you know how much time is left to expiration, folks? I'm not even, if there's time at the end, maybe I'll address the Apple trade, folks. You are way, way too tactical. Folks, yesterday I spent, 25 minutes putting that trade on and talking about my commit criteria and everything else. If your commit criteria and your strategic mindset are still sound, and the next day the trade's going against you a little bit, you're telling me you bail out of that trade? Maybe actually you should sign up and be a member here at TGO because you're trading wrong. My God, exactly, Harry. A lot of my members are rolling in on that right now. So guys, if you're worried about the Apple trade that was placed yesterday, you are way too tactical. I'm going to ignore, and we'll maybe address at the end here. So please let me, exactly, all my members are like, go grab a Lucky Strike cigarette, man. So we got to get going. It's a trade, what I'm going to teach you today with volatility. A trade I want to make money on, a hedge I hope I lose money on. Let me say that again, because I don't lose money when I hedge. Of course you did, Wiz, you bought some puts and they didn't. No. If my hedge goes out and, quote, loses money, how many of you, probably the same couple of people that are worried about Apple a day later, how many of you write a check every month sitting at your kitchen table and go, oh my God, I'm losing so much money to State Farm or USAA for my auto, home, and life? If you do, you're odd and you're weird. Not only do I not write a check, it's on auto debit. You do not lose money on a hedge. Now, if you're the type of person that says, well, Wiz, my trade confirmations, look at my screen, it says I lost $3,000. What did your longs do? Well, they went up 20 grand. Okay, Einstein, then you made net 17. So if this is Greek to you, you definitely want to become a member here in a little bit because you are trading wrong. Tamara, the best thing I have learned, and you will, is patience. Thank you, Tamara. So, guys, that's comical. So I'm going to teach you, this looks like a busy screen, but we're going to talk in about, 15 minutes because I have to do my strategic and operational brief. We have a checklist here, guys, and we follow it. And I'm going to show you a trade where just for maybe around $4,500, I haven't looked at new strikes on this one, for about $4,500 worth of insurance, if the market implodes, when the market implodes between now and maybe the middle of October, you could potentially make about 11 grand. You could protect your longs. And remember yesterday, guys, somebody asked a great question and said, hey, Wiz, why are you putting a Jan 19 on Facebook on if you think the end of the world might happen? Because the end of the world isn't going to happen, at least I don't think on my watch. 9/11, the crash of 1987, the tech implosion of 2000, me sitting in the board of trade in 2008 and the financial tsunami. The market always recovers. God forbid, man, there's even a horrific incident on the Korean Peninsula. The market will recover. So you take the profits from your hedges and you put them back into your longs. If you love Facebook at whatever, 150, you'll love it at 100, guys. Okay? So here we go. We're gonna get moving here. There you go. You know what, Diane? I know this is not an appropriate time to tell you this, but if people would listen and practice what you're teaching, they would be winners. Last week when TGO was down, Hurricane Irma, I did my own trading, making decisions according to what you've taught me, and I made $6,200. Diane, I'm going to steal that one. So, folks, I know you can't. I'm going to show you everybody what Diane just wrote right here. So, for all the folks who are freaking out about, I got to scroll up one. Nobody type for a second. Everybody read this. I want you to read. Diane's been here. Diane, what? About 2 years ish. There's there's a new Diane we might have here. We might have competing Dianes. Everybody read what she just wrote. Whoops, sorry. Where is it? To my people freaking out about Apple, I want you to stop right now and read that. I didn't type that. Nobody, thank you, Diane. I appreciate that. But let me, Diane, and today's date. I love saving these type of things. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. So enough. Let's move on. For the folks that are who read what Diane just wrote, you got to join, man, because I'm going to fix all the problems that you're facing. All the problems. Go, Diane. Diane, you're getting a lot of. Diane's been here a year. You got it. It is. It's doing good. Let me go through all these. I don't want to blow any of this stuff up. You know me enough by now. You know the returns. I want to get the trading here. We'll talk about the returns again when I open the slots here. I'm not going to go through any of this crap. Let's get airborne, guys. All right. Let me do my strategic brief first. SOT, strategic operational tactical. Guys, this is crazy. I'm a military man, folks. I spent 15 years. I sailed in the Pacific. I've done war games against Okinawa and the F-15s out of Guam. Folks, I've been on the tip of the spear. If I was out on an aircraft carrier right now and I heard the commander-in-chief say to people that were sitting 10 feet away from him that he was going to destroy them, holy crap. You know what happened? When this guy said this, the VIX went down. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Remember, let's look at our S&P 500 chart. Everybody remembers what this pullback was, at least all my TGO members do. This was the fire and fury pullback right here. Does everybody remember this? He was up in his one of his golf clubs up in New Jersey, wasn't he? And he said what? He went Pulp Fiction. That's why I had my sit rep titled, United Nations Pulp Fiction or whatever. I will rain down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger. The market imploded. What happened yesterday? It went up. Exactly, Dan. We're at a 9 handle right now, folks. This is stupid. Stupid cheap volatility and stupid cheap puts. So we're going to talk about our tactic here in a little bit, but this was just and it's such a. I went to work out yesterday, and I got Fox on one channel, I got CNN on the other. Just the differing opinions, it makes me laugh. The reporters, if you can call them that, on CNN, their faces were melting off that Donald Trump spoke like this, instead of Barack Obama, a year or two ago, kissing everyone's ass and bending over. This man told the truth, and this is what happens when you tell the truth. Liberals' heads come unglued. Not only did that happen yesterday, we know for a fact that James Clapper, Jim Comey, Loretta Lynch, Rice, they're all felons. They've all committed perjury. Remember months ago when Donald Trump said, I have been wiretapped by the president. Liberals' heads exploded. This is reckless in accusations. I knew the guy knew that he did. He's the freaking president, man. He sees all of this. He was right. What was it, after Watergate or something? One of those guys who was unjustly accused said, hey, which office do I go to get my reputation back? This man is hitting people right between the eyes with the truth. And the market is going up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the market can remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Period. That's a given fact here, guys. So we're going to have to talk about the Tredge here in a couple minutes. Exactly, Karen. I'm so glad he spoke the truth and put Kim on notice. He looked directly at the North Korean delegation and said, if you guys don't stop it, I'm going to level you. And by the way, the Iranians on the other side of the room, you're next. For a country that screams every day, death to America, well, first they say, as soon as we get nukes, we're going to wipe out Israel. And then you're next, America. So Barack Obama's kissing of their ass, flying in $150 billion in euros in unmarked airplanes, that didn't make them like us? What are you, retarded? So, folks, this is crazy. Whoever wrote 10 years ago, you're right. 10 years ago, if I was sitting in the Board of Trade and I watched this speech, I would have expected the VIX at 50, 60, 70. It went down to a 9 handle. So folks, yeah, exactly. All my members are like, this is one of the reasons we're members here. We get the whiz rants. But folks, if you're not trading politics, if you're not trading what's going on, there's the fire and fury. There's Mnuchin and Cohn potentially leaving. There's the Donald Trump Jr. emails. There's Jim Comey, I'm a Boy Scout. And then the next day followed by me going, he's a felon and he's a coward, and the market rallying. We've nailed all of these year to date. But let's move on. This really is, in 44 minutes, a historic Fed meeting. This is as historic as the one in, was it 2013? Now, my members aren't allowed to answer this question. I'm going to play Stump the Chump with my new guys and gals here, or potential new guys and gals. All right, so let me do this real quick. Let me pull this up. I'm going to ask you guys a question. The new folks. Launch this. And guys, again, I'm not going to exactly, Bill. That's the answer. Bill's a smart guy. He said, hey, with Apple down today, Wiz, actually, it's a better opportunity to get in the trade you covered yesterday. That's the answer. Whoever was freaking out needs to listen to Bill. All right, guys. Now, new members aren't allowed, old members aren't allowed to answer or to answer this right about here. The VIX, it's hard to tell in this chart, guys. The VIX doubled. So this is for all the potential new members. The VIX doubled in June of 2013 from where it is now, about a 10 handle to about a 20 handle. Okay? Now, only new potential members. You ready for this? When the VIX doubled from 10 to 20 in June, I was in San Francisco giving a speech to the Bank of America Merrill Lynch advisors. When the VIX doubled from 10 to 20 in June of 2013, was the market going up or down? Ready, go. Bill down, Nina down. Harry, you're not allowed to answer. Give me 50 push-ups. Raj down, down, down. David, you remember. You do me. You got 50 push-ups coming your way too. Diane, new Diane, down. Fred up. Manny up. PW up. I'd say 85% of my potential new members said down. You ready for this? The 20% that said up are right. Ladies and gentlemen, in June of 2013, the market was going up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mind blown, Wiz. Market was going. You ready for this? I told you this yesterday, and hopefully you wrote it down. Market up, VIX up, something is up. You know what was up? This was the first. Everybody remembers Ben Bernanke's getting involved in capitalism, right? $85 billion a month. In what was it called? They made up a nice word, quantitative easing. Everybody's light bulbs going on, your Holly Hobby ovens. $85 billion a month were being pumped into this market. You can't, I don't care how much you work out, you ain't pushing this market down. This was the first Fed meeting where the market thought Ben Bernanke, whoever wrote Taper Tantrum, is right. This was the first Fed meeting where everybody thought he was going to taper, meaning last call, market drunks, and he was going to take the liquidity punch bowl away. So, folks, this was uncertainty. The VIX goes up on what? Uncertainty. Why am I taking the time to do this? Look at this. Where are we? Oh, right there. I covered this yesterday. This. Where's the sub headline right here? Uncertainty. Yesterday, I showed you the headline that said the Fed is going into uncharted waters. Okay? Uncharted waters. When you read something like that in the journal where it says, hey, the market, the Fed who's been controlling the stock market is entering into uncharted waters, what does that tell me as an options trader? Volatility should go up. Now, there's been a lot of wisdom shoulds that haven't happened because we're in a new Literally, the headline yesterday I showed you was what? Uncharted territory. When Zero Hedge calls it a historic Fed meeting, they're right. But it's as historic as the one we saw back here. But look at the VIX. It's a 10. But ladies and gentlemen, the tactic I'm going to teach you soon, look at this. Something has happened every month for the past 6 months to freak the market the hell out. And it's usually come when? After a nice violent snap, rip your face off rally, rip your face off rally, rip your face off rally, you're going to tell me this thing's just going to keep drifting up here to the top right of the page? Pull this leg and it plays jingle bells. It's not. So today, and I'm not going to cut us short. My phone's going to go crazy. All sorts of shit's going to happen at 2 o'clock. The hedge fund, I'm the chief development officer. We're having a conference call. You guys are more important because Janet's going to have a press conference. Okay. And the central bank's going to try, first of all, finding out what she's going to do with her balance sheet is pretty critical. The second important thing, or maybe as important, is what? Is she going to get an interest rate increase before the end of the year? Right? So, exactly, Benoit. The market's reaction to what the Fed's going to talk about today is, as Benoit, one of our members, just said, a Rumsfeld unknown. So I got to start rambling because I'd like to get a trade on here pretty soon. The bulls have become completely desensitized to risk. When you start seeing headlines like this as a retail trader, I always used to love reading the front page of the Wall Street Journal whenever it would have a headline that said something like, "Here comes the retail investor." Who was it? John F. Kennedy's dad, John Kennedy. When he came into work, when his shoe shine boy gave him stock advice one morning, he went into work and started over the next couple months getting out of the market, and he beat the, 1929, whenever it was, market crash. When you see headlines like this, guys, you got to get a little worried. But again, we have to trade the market we have, not the market we want. Not that I want a down market, folks. Don't get me wrong. But if capitalism was allowed to do what it do, we wouldn't be up here right now, guys. The Fed has artificially kept inflation low, interest rates low, inflation, and pumped $5 trillion into the market, guys. Yes, there's a class at 8 o'clock tonight, guys. Absolutely. It is Doug Robertson's vertical spread training, guys. Let me stay on topic, folks, and then we'll cover everything at the end. And yes, whoever just asked, where's the link to buy? Let's focus on the accelerated retirement webinar here, guys. Every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, we do accelerated retirement. So let's get into it. First of all, close this. How many? Let me get a hell yeah. Let me go back. Here's the accelerated retirement brief from last week, 6 September. We have to talk about our XLK. I have a Jan 19 long call diagonal. Everybody know what the XLK is? That's the tech sector ETF. So if you can't afford to do like an Apple long call diagonal, Apple is about, 17, 18% of the XLK. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. We also put on a bull put spread last week. Let me get a hell yeah. Look, there's a lot of Peter gets a gold star. Peter said you should change the title from AR, Accelerated Retirement, to OCD. 2 weeks ago, September. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It was the hurricane, Irma. This is a 2-week trade here, guys. Dan, 100% profit. Hell yeah. So guys, here's the SPX bull put spread we put on that expires when? Today. This trade was put on 2 weeks ago. Thank you for correcting me. Irma like erased a year of my life. The 2450, 2455 bull put spread. Risking $5,900, it made $1,700. Good. A lot of hell yes there. You're welcome. Thank you, Harry. Good. Guys, let me, if you're thinking about becoming a member today, this just more or less paid for an annual subscription to the defensive track. I'll explain these in about 30 minutes. There's 3 different tracks you can take here at Top Gun Options. This just paid with one trade for an annual membership. Diane with a hell yes. Good. Very happy with that, guys. Very nice trade. 2 weeks. Thanks, Kirk. So 2-week trade there. Remember, guys, men lie, numbers don't. So there it is. Chuck, SPX, got out at $1,200 profit in 4 days. Hell yes. Congrats, Chuck. Well done. Very nice trading. All right, guys. So if you haven't closed this one out yet, I'd close it. God knows what could happen. Who knows? Janet comes out and says, whatever, and the market implodes in the blink of an eye. Don't ever, I covered this, guys. Don't turn a 90% winning trade into a 100% loser. Take your 95% profit and close it. I mean, hell, that's great. So let's get to our XLK. Where's XLK? What do I have? Right here. XLK. So this is a Jan 19 position, guys. This is a long call diagonal. So I'm long. Here's my disaster put. I'm long a Jan 19 44 put, and I'm long a Jan 19 48 call. Okay? What's that mean? And then I also sold what? Why does it say covered call? Oh, I see what it is. So this is, and I forgot to put this out, guys. If you didn't attend yesterday, if you don't know how to do a long call diagonal with a protective put, this is where you watch the replay from yesterday. Whoever just, let me send that to all and put it in the chat box too. Gene, the SPX has all sorts of expirations. Let me pull up the SPX real quick. Let me just get the replay page in there. So that is a yes. So guys, after you join in next Wednesday's accelerated live trade brief, I'm going to go through our existing positions and tell you yes or no. Yes or no that this is a trade I would add to the portfolio, and or no, I wouldn't this time. So we'll go through that. So Gene, yeah, Mark, that's a mistake. I should have one contract, not the short to 10. I have to fix that. So good catch. So wait a minute. Who do I want to answer first here? Look at SPX, guys. If you're new to trading SPX, let me pull up the options chain here. So guys, look at the different expirations for SPX, folks, right here. September 20th is a Wednesday. September 22nd is a Friday. September 25th they have Mondays too, right? Look at this. So if you're new to trading SPX, guys, there's all sorts, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Look at all these expirations for SPX. There's quarterly options as well on SPX. I don't want to confuse the hell out of you. Of course, guys, let's go through the XLK. So my two existing positions in the accelerated retirement portfolio, this one is a 100% gainer, the bull put spread that I just covered. And then the XLK, John, let me cover it again. I should not be short these 10 calls. I will work on that after. Let me pull these up. Oh, you know what? It's because I got to sign those. Let me fix this afterwards, but let's talk about this position, guys. Let me bring this up. This is a long call diagonal with a protective put. So I would add this one to my portfolio today. This is a keeper here. So let me bring up just the XLK itself and talk about it. Because like I said, I love Apple, I love Facebook, but folks, if you can't pull one of those, Mark, I will cover that towards the end. Those are audited returns through, where's accelerated retirement? Year to date, through the end of July. Well, you know what, guys? Mark, let me cover this at the end, please, because we're gonna get off topic here. We had to, when E-Trade, I know I'm making people's head spins. Guys, let me stay. This is why we only open 50 slots, is because I can't stand when there's like 5,000 people in these rooms. I'm going to talk, and then I'll take questions at the end here, guys. So the XLK, this is a yes. I would add this to my portfolio today, okay? Look at this 1 year. That's year to date. Look at this return. The XLK, if you don't know what it is what? Is what? It's the technology sector ETF. I think somebody can Google it real quick. It's got 17, 18% weighting towards Apple. I think it's got some Facebook in there, some Google, some Amazon. So this is a good proxy for the FANGs. You guys all know what FANG stands for, right? Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. So this is a yes. I would do a Jan 19 long call diagonal on this trade. Now, for the short calls, which I got to unfornicate, and I don't want to take up too much time, I can do that offline, and I'll put in the replay here. I would go out, let's go out a couple weeks, probably no later than September 29, guys. As we're going to talk about our volatility trade in for the October time frame. I'm creeped out about October, guys. The most volatile month anyway in the markets, and North Korea, a trade war with China, all sorts of crap. I probably look to sell. Remember my rule of thumb that I put out yesterday, guys. I'll do this again real quick. Hopefully everybody wrote it down from yesterday. And this is a nice example right here. You see this gentle climb schedule? I would sell front month. What the hell is a front month, Wiz? We're in it. September, October, November. I'd sell front month upside calls that are about 7.5 to 10% out of the money. Let me get rid of this line here. Now, as this thing moves sideways for about a month and a half, I would sell front month upside calls that are about 2.5 to 5% out of the money. This is actually a pretty good chart to demonstrate this. And what did Wiz tell you yesterday he does with front month upside calls when something's on a tear? Nothing. I tell you to sit back, put your hands behind your head, put your boots up on the table, and enjoy the profits, okay? So this is actually a pretty good chart. Rip your face off rally, don't touch the front month upside calls. Starts trading sideways, 2.5 to 5%. Nice gentle climb schedule it's on right now. That's the 7.5 to 10% out of the money. Okay. No, guys, selling calls is not necessarily bearish. Remember, guys, when you like my weekly options bear call spread, I'm not, even though it does have the name bear in it, you can be neutral, folks. You see, as this, selling calls is not it. In the textbook, you could say selling calls is bearish. That's incorrect without a lot of clarity or instruction to it. Selling front month upside calls is neutral to bearish, right? It's neutral. The stock can move sideways and we make money. The stock can even go up a little bit and we make money. And obviously, if it goes down, we make money. Remember, with options, this is why we have a huge smile on our face as options traders, is we can make money three ways. When we, for example, when we sell calls. But whoever just asked that brings up a great point. Remember, folks, I said this yesterday. If I'm trading VXLK, or like we did yesterday, Facebook, all the way out to January of 2019, why wouldn't we be trading? Who wrote that? Mark. Mark's exactly right. Why wouldn't we trade the front months? Ladies and gentlemen, we do this all the time here at Top Gun Options. If I have a long call, we did this with Goldman Sachs before I decided to get rid of it. We had a Jan 18 and Jan 19 Goldman Sachs positions on, and as it moved sideways, we did front month what? Iron condors, bull put spreads, guys. Look at this range. Where's all my members? People were printing money on doing what? We did iron condors on Goldman Sachs until the cows came home. So your Jan 19 position might be getting kicked in the gut a little bit, but you make up for it with front month spreads. Here's a perfect example. Before Options House got bought by E-Trade and my paper trading accounts got closed, ExxonMobil, here's a great example. And Mark, I think this goes to you. My Jan 19 ExxonMobil position was down $6,000. Well, what are you, stupid? No, you know how much we were up ExxonMobil year to date at that time? Like $3,000 or $3,500. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It does. So the Jan 19 was sucking, but what were we doing in ExxonMobil? We were trading front month spreads to make up for it. Let me go year to date. Where was it? Right here. So where's my line? Here. here. We did iron condors for right here. And then when it finally gave up the ghost, I'm like, all right, that's it. Get out of this. So it's a great point, guys. We can, Kevin, up $1,600 on Facebook front month calls, guys. So this is, Bill, I just gave that rule of thumb, okay? If the stock is flat, I sell front month upside calls that are 2.5 to 5% out of the money. If it's on a gentle climb schedule, 7.5 to 10% out of the money. And if it's on a tear, get out of the way. Mark, the losses are unbounded. Bull put seems less. No, guys. When you sell upside calls, folks, those aren't naked calls. Okay. I got to press here, folks. You guys, you got to sign up. If any of this is a little confusing to you, you're a perfect future TGO member, and Doug will show you in training tonight. And do me a favor, save some of the academic training questions until tonight. What's really cool is when you become a member, check this out. I give you free access. I forgot to put this on here as a benefit when I open up the slots here. I give you free, not only do you get Doug's 8 training sessions, I teach a couple times a year what's called OWS, Options Weapons School. So check this out. You're going to get, we charge $495 for these that you're going to get is for joining Full Throttle. Iron condors, long call diagonals and synthetic stock, bullish, bearish, double verticals, vertical spreads. So this is all free training you're going to get, guys, in addition to what you get with Doug. These are all, why do I give you free access to these too? Is so when I get a couple questions like this, I don't spend the rest of the hour necessarily training. I can say, hey, Steve, great question. Do me a favor and go to the Options Weapon School, number 4, bullish double vertical. I spend an hour and a half talking about just these, and people are like, oh, great. And then if they have a question, you know what they do? They go into the ready room, and then it's awesome. Chris, guys, I'm going to press, guys. Let's answer all the trading questions at the end that are not accelerated retirement related. Just know we do not cross-talk our portfolios, guys. And I will talk about Apple towards the end here. Let me clear these. Okay, so operationally, folks, I am cautiously bullish. So everybody should have their checklist out right now, okay? Cautiously bullish. So the bullish is what? Hell, we put on an Apple bull put spread that some people are completely freaking out about way too early. And Facebook, we have an XLK, we had an SPX bull put spread on. We have a weekly bear call spread, obviously. But guys, I have a lot of bullish positions. The cautiously part of my bullish I have to take care of right now. Let's take a look at the VIX. Yesterday, we talked about buying some potential October VIX calls at double where we are right now. Whoops. Let me clear these and then go line, right? Today, I'm going to teach you. You ready for this? So everybody, I already covered it, Tim. Let me go back. Let's close out XLK here, guys. I went out to January 29th. Let me pull it up again. January 29th, right here. I said the 59.5. Let's do the 59.5s. I have to fix my short. I got assigned 100 shares here that I have to fix. But no, I personally, I would take a look at the 59.5s out the next Friday. I wouldn't do the 59s. Janet could come out today and be uber dove, and we get another rip your face off rally. Okay? Yes, John, that's September. This says September 29th, guys. Everybody, please listen. Okay, let me go back, guys. I do not want to run short on time, and I want to get my VIX position. Now you know why. Whoever just wrote that, one of my existing members, you nailed it. This is why we only do this a couple times a year, and we only take 50 people. I can't have thousands of people in the live trade rooms. Exactly, Brad. Listen harder. Okay, here we go. Volatility. Now, trading the VIX, folks, remember, you're not trading the VIX. And for all the people I just lost, listen up. The VIX is future. You'll ask, Doug will give you an hour and a half lecture on this, guys, until your head falls off. These are futures. The VIX are VIX futures on the S&P 500 on puts and calls 30 days out. Okay? So you can trade VIX calls. You cannot trade VIX spreads with contango, backwardation, and other big options traders, options trading words that we talk about. So a good proxy, and let me just finish my volatility discussion here. When vol is cheap, you buy it. The resting heart rate for the VIX lately has been what? About an 11. Let me go out to 6 months here. Right here, look at this. The resting heart rate, actually, it's been about right around here. Let's just call it 10.5, guys. Something happens to freak the market out. Every month, whoops, all the way back here, guys. Let me go off the screen. Freak out, freak out, freak out, freak out. What has happened after every freak out when and remember, folks, the VIX can spike 10, 15, 20% in a text. In the blink of an eye, volatility can go through the roof. What happens after volatility? Remember, I said grab a balloon and grab a Sharpie and write the words uncertainty on it. When something is going on that's creeping the market out, start blowing that balloon up. What happens when something becomes known? Let go of the balloon. And what happens? VIX smash, VIX smash, VIX smash, VIX smash. Now, you could sit here and play stump the chump with me, Wiz, and say, you know what, Wiz, volatility is going to remain low all the way. We're never going to see a spike in volatility again. You're wrong. Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is a good opportunity for a secret tactic. You ready for this? Write this down. You're going to take a lot of notes or listen to the recording or use the little camera option on the top of your viewing screen, because this tactic will change the way you trade options. Okay? We're going to do what is called a bullish double vertical, but we're going to use the VXX. Okay? Now, one of the problems or things you have to know about the VXX, it's the Barclays VIX short-term futures, is this. They had to rebalance it, what was it, 3-4 weeks ago, because it was going to hit zero. Again, big words like contango and backwardation and rebalancing, we could talk about it over a beer in Tahoe, folks. It's boring. Just know this. So for a short term, I gave you my strategic mindset. Step 1 of our trade plan. Step 2 is the target, VXX. Step 3, commit criteria. You ready? Here's your 3 to 5 sentences. I believe in the next 3 to 4 weeks, something is going to happen to cause volatility to spike. It could be another failure of the Republicans to repeal Obamacare. It could be a failure out of Trump to get tax reform passed. It could be another bottle rocket shot towards Japan that we shoot down. It could be something. But I believe volatility is going to spike in the next 3 to 4 weeks, and I want to take advantage of that spike in volatility. You ready? David, all the above. So let me ask you guys, and again, my members, all my current members, do me a favor and sit on your hands for this. Let me ask all my potential new folks. You know what, Wiz? That's awesome commit criteria. I too think there might be a spike in volatility over the next couple weeks. Okay? What could you do if you think the VXX is going to spike like it did over here? Whoa, big spike. What could you do? Yeah, Lucas, Iran. Good point. You could do what? You could buy a bull. You could buy calls, but you could buy a what? A bull call spread. Wiz, you're right. I think the VXX is going to spike on something. You got it, Christopher and Noel. You could buy a bull call spread. Now, let me ask you, this is going to sound ridiculously stupid, but I'm going to ask you all potential new members a question. If you think something is going to go up, listen to me very carefully. If you think the VXX is going to go up, what do you think it's also not going to do? I'm going to let that sink in for a second. If you think something is going to go up, what by nature of common sense do you also think it won't do? Guy, Raj, Grant, Cody, Marilyn, you got it. Noel, not go, or David, go down. Listen to me, folks. So for all of you that just said, well, Wiz, if something's going up, I could buy a bull call spread, a debit spread. Debit spreads make my skin crawl. I'm cheap, man. I want a sugar daddy or sugar mama. I'm about to introduce you a tactic that could get your bull call spread completely paid for. If you don't think something is going to go down, what tactic could you employ? Dave, you got half of that. A bull, Carl, a bull put spread. Maryland, you're close. Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm a credit spread guy. I like being the car dealer. Car dealerships don't look the way they do because they give away money. Casinos don't look the way they do, folks, because they give away money. So watch this. Here's what we're going to do. You know what? I might launch my the old options house platform because I like the legacy. Can I open the legacy one? Where is that legacy one? Hold on one second, guys, because I like the way the double vertical looks on the old options house platform. Give me 1 second, because I want to open the old one. So think about this as I want to find the old trusty options house platform. If you think something is going up, great. You can do what? That's exactly right, a bull call spread. I can't stand debit spread, guys. Why would you pay for something if you could have somebody else pay for it? There's the Democrat in me, folks, coming out, the liberal. I would rather have somebody else pay for it, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to have somebody else finance your bull call spread. Now, folks, I also call this an afterburner trade. Why do I call it like this? I'll call it like this because this thing can be very, very, if it's working for you, it's going to be very, very profitable. If it's working against you, it's going to hurt. Okay, so here we go. Good. All right, now I found one. Let me pull this up. All right, the VXX. And let me get the other one up for the charting. This is a pain in the butt, man, but just stick with me. All right, so here we go, the VXX. How far out are you going to go, Wiz? Let's talk about it, man. Look at the VXX October expirations. We got a 6, we got a 13, we got the regular monthly expiration, we got a 27, we got a NOV. I don't mind using just the regular October expiration. How about you guys? A month away. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this. So let me go back to the chart. VXX, let me pull up, oh, there's my EWZ. Hey guys, if you're in the EWZ, let me see how many hell yes we can get. How many of you got into the EWZ right there? Not right here, right here. How many you guys are looking? I know Kevin, where's Kevin? Kevin, you're looking at triple digit gains, weren't you? Geez, this EWZ is great. EWZ has been out of control. There's JP. Your wife's got some nice coconuts there, JP. John's in it. Kevin, 366% return. And I'm going to grab a screenshot of that as well. Let me just show you what people are writing here, guys. Read this. Kevin's one of our lifetime members. 300 right there. 366% return in EWZ, guys. This has been a gift that keeps on giving, man. Look at that. We'll talk about that some other time, but you're loving your EWZ trade. Okay. Here we go with VXX. Look at the volatility crush here, guys. There's nothing that can go wrong or bad in the world. Wiz, what are you, stupid? No, I'm not. I'm going to get on a hedge. Jim, a 304% return. I need to grab a screenshot of that one too. So here's what we're going to do. Here's the trade. We're at step 4 of our trade plan, folks, the tactic. The tactic is called a bullish double vertical. I recommend you write that down. So let me build this. I'm going to go, you know what? Let's go, let me build this real quick. Now on the options house platform, you know what? They did away with it. Look, I'm going to do a custom spread. Let's do add a put and then add a call, add a call. We're going to sell, and then we're going to buy, and then we're going to sell. Okay, so let's do the 40 and a half. Let's go up to like 42. And let me just build this, guys, since Options House took away my my ability to. I have to build this myself. Okay, the first thing you should see when I'm doing this is this. Exactly. Curtis, damn, I can't compete with that. My EWZ is only up 237%. Let me do this again, guys. So for all the potential new members, these are the comments that I'm seeing. When I asked about EWZ, everybody look at these. Our EWZ, and it's still a good trade, guys. There's Kevin, 366. Jim, 304. Lucas, bull put spread from the bottom, 100% return. And Curtis coming in, and Deb bad-mouthing the new platform. And I agree with you, Deb. But look at these returns, guys. EWZ is still a good position. We'll talk about this next Wednesday with our new members. So thanks for all the positive words, guys. Okay, so here we go. The first thing that you're going to notice is my son leaving to go to hockey practice. Be careful, buddy. Love you. So look at the picture. A double vertical spread is simply two spreads on top of each other with the same strategic mindset. In this case, I'm bullish that volatility is going to spike. So check out what I'm doing, folks. Let me just get rid of this. So we could do what? We could sell what we call a bull put spread like we did on Apple yesterday. Harry, we'll talk about EWZ next week with our new members. I would absolutely get in EWZ today. I'll brief that next week. I got to get this trade done, guys. I'm going to sell, let me just throw 100 in here as a placeholder. I'm going to sell 100 of the October 17. What's that? That's the normal October expiration. That would be the third Friday. 1, 2, 3. That's the October 20th expiry. Why the 41 puts? Well, I think if we're going to see a spike in volatility, it's going to spike from here. So I'm doing close to at the money. What if you're a Wiz? What if you're the village idiot, man? Yeah, nice call sign, Wiz. Trump flew over to North Korea, kissed Kim Jong-il on the cheek, and everything's great. The VIX went to zero, genius. That's not going to happen, but if it does, folks, I'm buying 100 of the 40 and a half puts. So, folks, this is called what? A bull put spread. Okay? This is a bull put spread. So, this is also called a what, folks? A credit spread. I mean, hell, we could even, let me try the 40 and a halves. Let me go down the 40 and a halves and the 40s. Okay? The 40 and a halves and the 40s. Right here. This is still a credit spread. So for all of you who said, you know what, Wiz, if I think the VXX is going to spike, I'm going to buy a bull call spread. Well, now I'm going to pay for it. You ready for this? Let me add a bull call spread. Let's do the 42 and a halves. Holy shnikey, Wiz. Now let me explain what I just did. Whoever just said I came in late and is asking about the Apple spread, it's comical. All right, here we go, guys. Look at this. This is a bull put spread, folks. This is called a credit spread. I'm taking that credit from that bull put spread, and I turned around and I did what some of you would have done just by itself, the bull call spread. This should put a massive smile on everybody's face right here. Hold on, Wiz. You're telling me you just constructed a trade that I get paid to do. The market is paying me a credit of 16 cents to be hedged against a spike in volatility between now and the middle of October? Yeah, I am. Let's take a look at the metrics here, guys. Good. Thank you. A lot of good there you go, guys. A lot of names I don't recognize, which means your potential new members, you're welcome. It is a beautiful thing, Harry. So here we go. Let me see if 100 contracts is right. Remember, I, based on $100,000 model portfolio, don't want to risk more than about, no, we could do about 150, it looks like. Let's see what 150 would do. Oh man, do you think this guy does it for a living? All right, let me go back to the tactic real quick because I want to do my famous stare at the right sad face guy. Here, let me grab a screenshot here, folks, first of all, of the trade, because you guys know I will send this out to my members. So you guys don't have to sit here and rewatch the recording. VXX, what's today's date? 9/20. 9/20. Okay, so here is the trade one more time. It is a bull put spread, which is also called a credit spread, financing and paying for the bull call spread. Bullish double vertical. Now let me again, I'm ignoring questions on purpose, folks. There's a couple thousand people in here. I can't. This is why when I open the slots here in a couple minutes, we're only taking 50 because Doug and I do not like massive trading rooms. I will answer as many questions as I can. So, Wiz, let me get this straight. You just told me that the guy from State Farm or USAA is going to come into my kitchen and between now and October, pay my insurance for me. Yeah, I am. Create order. I'll talk about trade management in a couple minutes here, guys. I'm obviously going to talk about how to manage this trade. That's part of our trade plan, so I'm ignoring all those questions too. So here we go. When I click the Analyze button, the only place that your eyes are going to look is the sad face, okay? You ready? 3, 2, 1, sad face. And again, if you weren't here yesterday or the day before and this is your first webinar, why are you forcing me to look at the sad face? Because I'm going to break you from being an average retail trader. Good professional investors, Navy fighter pilots, we look at risk first. For all of you who ignored me and looked at Mr. Happy and said, holy crap, I can make 11 grand in a month, that would be awesome. It's throttle back there, Einstein. Are you okay with maybe losing 5 grand? No. Then why'd you look here? Now remember, folks, that max risk of about 5 grand, it's in line with my SOP, standard operating procedure, of not wanting to risk more than 5 grand on any one trade. Now, if you're okay with this, and again, guys, what you do on your side of the computer is between you and your RIA and your broker dealer and all that stuff. You know what, Wiz? I don't want to risk more than $2,500 on a hedge. $275. Wiz, I'm one of the billionaires you have here at TGO. And he knew. Of course, I'm not going to say your name. Who can do 1,500 of these things, guys? That's none of my business. But I will talk about trade management. You ready for this? Let me grab a screenshot first before I forget, because this goes in my follow-up email as well. So, folks, I will tell you for a fact, and all my members in here can attest to this, and you can see the trades when you become a member in about 15 minutes. We made 22,000. These hedges are usually around this 10 to 11 grand in potential max profit. We made 11 grand before the Brexit vote. We closed the trade when volatility, holy crap, will they leave? And we closed the trade and did a bearish double vertical and made another 11 grand. You know where we made another $22,000 up and down? The election. This is why I missed the Fed meetings that meant stuff. That June Fed meeting, I used to love the debt ceiling fights, the government shutdowns, the Fed meetings where he could taper. You know why? Because the VIX would go from 10 to 20. And then we knew once, the Bernanke or Janet would come out with their press release, volatility was going to crash. Folks, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. Yes, it is, Bo. You can see it up here at the top left. So, guys, let's let's press here, folks. I want to talk about trade management. So, or actually, you know what? Let me talk about probabilities here, folks, right here. 39, using current at the money volatility, there's a 39% probability of making 10 grand. Well, that's pretty low, Wiz. Yeah, I know. There's a 44% probability of losing 5 grand. That's pretty low, Wiz. Exactly. But look at, this is the happy face, guys. To me, there's a better than even chance that the trade at least breaks even. So, folks, you might not lose it all. You might not, but look, you can sleep better at night. you can put this thing in your portfolio and know that using current at the money volatility is what? There's a pretty good chance that this hedge just kind of breaks even, man. So here's how I would manage this trade. You ready? Is this? Yeah, of course they're not going to change interest rates. Duh. And we'll see what happens with the market. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me closely. Everybody pay attention here. Is trade management. Here's the blue line, the VXX, a proxy for volatility. If I see a big spike in volatility, Rocket Man shoots something, we shoot it down, he shoots another, whatever the hell happens, the VIX climbs 15, 20, 30% in the blink of an eye. Here's how Wiz would manage this trade. I could manage this trade. The first thing I could do is what? Close the damn trade and take profit. The second thing I could do is if I did 150 contracts, guys, why don't I take 75 contracts off and let the rest of them ride? Doesn't that make sense? The VXX pops. I'm seeing some nice profits. Folks, why don't we take half off the table and let the other half ride? Give me a vertical head nod if you understand that. Everybody understand that? Good. Here's the other thing. Exactly. Steve Leisman? No. Dudes, I've met that guy. He's a whatever. Guys, here's the other way we could manage this trade. And we'll exactly, JP. We're playing with the house money. We're playing with somebody else's money here. You ready for this, folks? If I see a spike in volatility and this bullish double vertical is making money, which spread would I want to close first and maybe let the other one ride? Only new people answer this. Let me see. Let me test the knowledge of my potential new folks. Nina, you would want to close, you nailed it, Nina, the bull call spread first. Why? It's a debit spread. Remember what I talked about yesterday, folks? Debit spreads suck because they get theta. Even when you're making money, you didn't make as much as you could have because you have time decay. So if this trade starts making money because the world's ending, maybe you just close the, hey man, that bull call spread's looking at some nice profits, and I'm going to let the bull put spread ride for max profit. You got it, Peter. That's exactly right. No, Chris, you don't close the bull put spread first. The bull put spread you want to keep on, man. It likes theta. It likes time decay. And whoever said the market popped, I don't know what your definition of popped in. The market's rolling over here. The S&P's off 5. Whoever just asked about the weekly options bear call spread, yeah, Benoit, thank you. I close it, man. Hey, guys, I'll talk about Apple and the SPX bear call spread at the end here. The SPX weekly bear call spread is looking at a nice, what's it at, $1,000 profit since Monday. Get out of it, guys, if we're rolling over here. So let me finish this trade, folks. Let me finish this trade. We'll talk Apple. We'll talk weekly options. And I got to open the slots here because people are chomping at the bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is called a bullish double vertical. And you know what I can do? I can do the exact opposite trade. So bullish double vertical here, and I'm going to use my father as an example. Love him. I miss him every day. When he'd come to visit, he'd be like, hey, Matthew, can you take me to the airport tomorrow at like 8 a.m.? I'm like, Dad, your flight's at 4 in the afternoon. Did you get an earlier flight? He'd look at me, and every time he'd say, no, I'll go with my book, and I'll sit there, and I'll be fine at the gate. He said, Matthew, I'm not important enough where if I'm 1 minute late, they're going to bring the plane back for me. Although he probably was, they should have for him because he was probably the most incredible guy that walked this earth besides Jesus. Here's my point. You have got to be early on volatility trades, getting in and out. If you wait with a VXX bullish double vertical, you could be staring at like 8-9 grand in profits. What is it? Pigs get slaughtered, folks. Hogs get fat and pigs get slaughtered. There's been a couple members who have tried to squeeze the last knot of airspeed out of the jet, and then all of a sudden they turn a $9,000 winning trade into a $3,000 losing trade. Don't do it. Get out of it before volatility peaks and sell a bearish double vertical. And I can't give away way too much, guys. That's why I want you to be a member. All this stuff's free. You got to pay for the rest. What do? You roll inverted and you do the exact opposite trade. Buy, sell, buy, sell. This is how we made 11 grand Brexit vote, 11 grand after the Brexit, 11 grand Trump, 11 grand election. Isn't this awesome? Andrew, you got to sign up. So here, exactly, Peter. Paul, I already covered that. You got to watch replay, guys. So any questions? There's a lot more to talk about with this, but when you become a member, not only is Doug going to teach you this, you know what I'm going to tell you? Hey, folks, for all my new members, if you have any questions on how to do a double vertical, everybody see this? Here you go, man. This one's on me. This is 400. Oops, I got to log in. Duh. Let me log into my own website. I'm going to tell you to go to the double vertical lecture. I spend an hour to an hour and a half, guys, instead of 25 minutes talking about the double vertical. Okay? So for all of my members, you guys know where to get this stuff. This is all free. This is $495 worth of training. So I just ran through a double vertical. Here it is right here. Options Weapon School session, bullish and bearish double verticals right there. Boom. Hey, look who's on, look whose topic was up when I talked about a bullish or a bearish double vertical. So this is free. Now, you know what? I'm not even going to put this in the chat box because 98% of you are going to click on it and you're not members yet. So you won't get, Pete, good. I'll answer some of these questions because they're semi-good. I don't talk about commissions, guys. Everybody, the thousands of people on this webinar, everybody's different. I guarantee you I pay a different commission rate from you than the guy next to you or the gal next to you. Everybody's different. Every broker's different. So if commissions, and I don't like talking about them, especially because I can't give you investment advice. If you're trading real capital or commissions, pick up the phone and call your broker dealer. But folks, here's a way to maybe, if you want to trade less contracts, so let me ask you guys this because I want to take a sip of my coffee. If you wanted to trade less contracts, what could you do to these spreads? Somebody tell me. Nina, excellent. Nina gets 2 stars today. Guy, Joe, you could do dollar-wide strikes. Very good answers, folks. And half my members answered that. You guys are supposed to sit on your hands today. So, ladies and gentlemen, you could do dollar-wide strikes and half the contracts. But remember, folks, options brokers aren't stupid here. I mean, they're not charities, right? They want to, the options market is very, very, very much optimized. Okay, let me talk about how to Let me edit this trade right here, or talk about this trade. The options market, ladies and gentlemen, recognizes this as a double vertical. When you press send, the market makers know that, okay, Wiz trying to do a double vertical. I will tell you, so anecdotally, it's hard to get filled on this. It's easy to get filled on this. I'm seeing people already saying they're getting filled. You might have to break up this trade and just put it in as 2 separate spreads. The bull put spread and the bull call spread. Which one do I do first? It doesn't matter, folks. Just put them in. So right now, if you're not, I kind of use that Starbucks rule. I'll send this as a trade, get off my webinar, hop in the car, put the top down, go down to Meisner Park in Boca, grab my new Starbucks for the afternoon, come back. I didn't get filled yet. Then I'll break it up into the bull put and the bull call spread and try and get filled on the individual trades. Exactly, Harry. Ask and you shall receive. Call up your broker today, guys, and threaten, you know what, I'd like to close my account. Oh my God, Mr. Buckley, you've been with us for so long. Why would you leave? Your commissions suck. Let me go talk to my manager and see what we can do. They'll put you on hold and they'll go play foosball for 5 minutes. come back and give you a better rate. I know that for a fact because that's what they would do at Options House when I was there and I helped build it. So any other questions, concerns, oh, by the ways, with the double vertical? Okay, so we should be good to go. Now, I'll take as many questions as I can here in a little bit because we got to open the slots here, guys. Okay, so let me do this because I've been delaying doing this because I'd rather talk about trading and stuff. We are only taking 50 new members. That's it. Ask some of our former members. If you're in here, one of my current members who was like number 51 or 59, who called like eventually and said, can I get in? What was the answer that you got? I don't shit around, folks. Hopefully you know me well enough by now to know that you're only going to get black and white out of me. There's no gray. So I'll answer as many questions in about 5 minutes, but we're only taking 50. And if history serves us right, every full throttle, we're usually closed by everything's closed by Friday. So if you need to talk to your significant other, as soon as I give you the link to get to this thing, I recommend you start talking very, very quickly because these will go fast. Here we go. These were last year's returns. What have you done for me lately? But I just wanted to show you that last year was my best year in the history of me trading options, mainly because I was right about what? The most important event, I think, of my lifetime, which the S&P's down 3.5. Yes, I would close the weekly options trade. Let me talk about that in a couple minutes, guys. Give me 5 minutes, man. Now you know why we're only taking 50. Because I made a historic prediction. I said Trump not only will win, but the market's going to rally 10 to 15%. He's a businessman. He wants lower taxes. He wants a stronger military. He wants infrastructure spending, and he wants to gut Franken-Dodd. You might call it Dodd-Frank. I call it Franken-Dodd. Epic, triple-digit returns. How are we doing year to date? Now, these are through, I think it was Bo or somebody. Remember, I can't, folks. There are services out there that are doing it wrong. I cannot give you trading advice, okay? So when you become a member and you get access to our Ready Room, our interactive forum, where you can talk to Doug and I, when you say, hey, Wiz, what should I do with this? I can't tell you what you should do. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. Okay, so up until, July, August or something like that, these were all my accounts at the paper trading accounts at Options House. So now to stay in accordance with the CFTC regulations, which I will always do because I like being an instructor and we always want to do things right, I have to trade one contract. So these were the gains through July 1st. The Urgent Alert weekly options, 85% return year to date. There's the AR, which we were in right now. We were printing money on Facebook. And again, we just got into a Facebook trade yesterday on that. Love it, love it, love it. JP, best investment I ever made in rolling with TGO in 15 months. Account is up over 120%. All right, I'm stopping there, JP, because I'm going to grab that one along with whatever Diane said. So hold on, guys. That's another good one. Where's JP? Right there. Let me grab this, guys. JP's been about a year and a half-ish, something like that. Everybody read this right here. And these are live testimonials, guys. I appreciate them. Thank you. File, save as, JP. So JP's been with us for, a year and a half, right? 15, duh, it says it right there, dude. 15 months. His account is up 120%. So these, JP's doing better than I. JP, you're hired. Accelerated retirement, 63%. These are through July, folks, so we're actually doing a little bit better. I just have to get our audited returns. And there's the primary live trade brief, 35% return on risk. Harry's in here. Harry joined a month ago. Increasing the number of contracts I traded, I was able to pay for the annual membership after my first trade. John, Top Gun long-term subscriber. Thank you, John. Great instructors, high level of knowledge, very patient with new people, and willing to answer all questions. I do, folks. It doesn't seem like I do in here because I can't answer 1,000 questions. We will only take 50. Fish, Fish, are you in here? I didn't see it. Joined tonight. it's this afternoon, and only look back with a smile knowing you made the best financial decision of your life. Wiz, Doug, and TGO are the best in the business. I've been here 3 years and very happy. Craig, you know what? I'm not going to read all these. David, been here a month. Really enjoy your trade briefs. You have the best methodology to trading I have encountered yet. Rogelio, they need to trust the squadron leader, Wiz. And here's Arnie. I think I saw you in here, Arnie. Thanks, Wiz. These are always a great review for me. Trading a small account, I'm up over 75% in the past 3 months following your insights and tactics. Very happy. So somebody just asked me about account size. Those returns I just showed you were based on a $100,000 model portfolio and our returns on risk. Ron, Wiz, thanks for the 36 grand this year. And Frank, this was yesterday, Frank. I appreciated this one. You made me look pretty good. Chuck. God, I should have asked you guys before the webinar for these. Harry, so look what Chuck just wrote here. Harry, I'm going to grab you. Here's what Chuck just wrote. I've been here a year and banked over $50,000. Awesome. Sorry to take up the time for potential new members with this, but this is if they're going to roll in and say all this stuff, I'm going to grab it. Frank said this yesterday, guys, and then I'm done with testimonials. It speaks for itself. My one Facebook contract of a Jan 19 that I put on in January is up over $3 grand. That paid for a full year of the service, so I guess I get Wiz's political rants for free. That was funny yesterday, Frank. I appreciate that. You got it, Chuck. Thank you. All right, folks. So hopefully by now you're agreeing with me. We're only halfway done the full throttle week, guys, and hopefully you agree that trading is a form of combat. In combat, we used physical capital, man, or human capital. Trading, we use money. I do a lot of planning and intel gathering, folks. I show you the tactics that support my strategy. I manage risk. We contingency plan, and we win. So I'm getting there, guys. Here we go. This is awesome. Guys, this is phenomenal, man. Dan and look at these two. Right here, guys. I'm going to read Dan's. Thank you, Dan. This is humbling to me right now. Shit. Guys, everybody read this one. Dan, TGO has allowed me to stay away from a real job and trade options at home. Thanks, Wiz. And then M. Why don't I know your first name, M? Lost $60,000 last year listening to morons. Wisdom helped me make it back this year in 8 months. Holy crap. That's what I'm saving that one as. Holy crap. I'm going to remember that. This is awesome, folks. All right. I'll stop with the testimonials. Hey guys, these are live testimonials. This is a first. I should have asked for this before I got on the air. Guys, here's what we do. Here's how it works. If you're an aggressive type of trader, I got the track for you. If you're a little bit more conservative, hey, maybe the retirement portfolio, we got one for you. And if you want a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, you want them both. We got both. Harry says, pat yourself on the back, Wiz. I don't. I love what I do, guys, and you guys make this ain't work. So here's what I do. Every Monday at 1, we do weekly options. We did the POTB yesterday at 10. You're sitting in accelerated retirement right now at 1 o'clock. And the urgent alert service, I kind of throw out whenever I want to. I shoot a video. These 3 are live. The first 3. This one's just a video. You're going to meet Doug tonight. Doug does his advanced live trade brief tomorrow at 9, and he does his trade alerts usually on Thursday as well. And then down the road, if you're interested, we do what's called a Wingman Group coaching program. I'm not even going to cover that right now. Now it's time for you, for all the folks asking me the link and how do I get my slot, here's how you choose the right track. You're an aggressive type of trader. Here's what I'm going to give you in the offensive track. You get access to the 8 sessions that Doug's going to teach you. The PLTBs that we did yesterday, every Tuesday. The urgent alerts that I told you is a video I do whenever the hell I see a good trade. You get Doug's advanced live trade brief and trade alerts, and make sure you pay attention to the red part here. Just keep in mind offensive. All right, I'm offensive. I want to be aggressive. you get access to our weekly options model portfolio. That's every Monday at 1. And somebody asked me again, yeah, I'd close it, guys. I'll take a look at the bear call spread in a couple minutes, okay, guys? Now, you ready for this? Write this link down, or actually, I'll go to the page in a couple seconds here. This is you, man. This is you in your F-18 cockpit shooting down an Air Force guy. You're offensive, man. You get access to everything we do and weekly options. You know what, Wiz? Don't think I'm ready for weekly options yet. They're a little tactical. I mean, hell, you guys are, banking a nice $1,000 in a couple days, but that's a little too much airspeed for me right now. Great. You know what you do? Instead of doing the weekly options live trade brief, we put in AR, which you're in right now. So instead of weekly you get everything that I just briefed you on, but instead of weekly options, you do accelerated retirement. That makes sense, doesn't it? That's why it's called the defensive track. Okay, so this is you. A little bit more conservative. You're in your E2 Hawkeye. You got that radar dome on top looking out X hundreds of miles, which I can't tell you. So this is the defensive track. Now, you guys are obviously full of common sense. You want both. Wiz, I want all of Doug's training. I want the PLTBs, the urgent alerts, everything Doug does. And I want both accelerated retirement, which you're in, and the weekly options, which you sent out on Monday, but we'll do the brief on Friday. I want all of it. That is called Max Afterburner. And I think the last time I did a customer audit, I think 85% of the people here at Top Gun Options are in the Max Afterburner slot. Okay, I'll bring up the page in a second, guys. So don't go to it right now and start hunting around. Listen to me because I want to talk to you about it. Okay, so this is you. You're in your F-14 Tomcat. That was a hell of an airplane, man. At Max Afterburner, you do everything we do here at Top Gun Options. It's a hell of a deal, and I'm going to show you the exact pricing here. Now, if you're sitting there going, Wiz, this is all great, man. I work for a living. You ready for this, folks? Our last customer survey, 80% of our members work. Some of them, but remember, you don't have to attend these live trade briefs. Everything's recorded. And after 20 minutes or however long it takes for me to render the video on my computer and type up an email with my chicken fingers here, and guess what? You get it texted out to you. I showed you yesterday. The only live trade brief that doesn't get text alerts is accelerated retirement. Why? Because the trades aren't that super time critical. That's why. But every other service, Doug's, mine, I showed you yesterday, I sent out 2 text alerts on Apple and Facebook. Okay, so you can watch the replays. A lot of people who work watch them during their lunch break or when the kids go to bed. The S&P's down 9. I love it. What did I say at the beginning of this webinar, guys? Somebody tell me what would happen with the Fed minutes. What did I predict? VXX is climbing. Nice trade, Wiz. You're welcome. I told you that what? That the market would sell off on the Fed news. Nailed it. Yes, and we'll take a look at the bear call spread in a second here. Look at this guy, Chris. I don't know if Chris is in here. I'm so geeked. I've been a subscriber for almost 3 years, and this is the first time I've been able to attend live. I only know you via the replays. So, folks, you don't have to be here for every live trade brief, okay? And to make it, here's the training. I'm not. Again, an offer you can't refuse. We throw in all of our manuals that you get to download and keep. It's stupid, folks. Now it's time to get airborne. You ready? Now I will take you to the page. And now I'm officially starting the firing gun. Here we go. This is the page you need to grab your slot, and I'll explain it. Richard, not in the VXX right now. It's at 0. So, so if you had done, what do I have, 150 contracts? If you had done 150 contracts, 150 times 15 equals what? Somebody tell me, what's 150 times 15? How's going on? 150. There you go, 150 times 15. Did anybody just make that much money on me placing that trade? Look at this. Wow. Look at this, guys. So here we go. Well, let me finish covering this page because people, and my phone's already buzzing, which means people are grabbing their slots here. So here you go, guys. There's two. You can get to this two ways. Go.topgunoptions.com/ft-now, which means full throttle dash now, or the easier one is get FT, get full throttle. There you go. Let me throw this one in the chat box. Here it is, guys. We only take 50. This time next week, there ain't going to be 1,000 people in here because it's annoying. No offense, but it's annoying. I can't work. I can't be a professional options portfolio manager or a trainer with a zoo. So there you go. There's the official link to open. And here's the 3 tracks. Let me just review them one more time. And the normal prices. Here's the defensive track. You get everything that we're going to do, but you get accelerated retirement instead of the weekly options. That's why we call it defensive. It's normally $49.95. It's only $19.95. And before you even type it, it seems like every full throttle launch, I get like 4 or 5 people that say, is that per month? If you're willing to pay that per month, it is. I'll take it. This is the annual membership, guys. And trust me, when I show you, we make $1,700 in 2 weeks on an SPX trade, they should be monthly fees. They're not. That is the annual membership. You bet, Lon. Welcome aboard. Here's the offensive track. Everything we do here at TGO, but instead of accelerated retirement over here, you do the weekly option service. And that's normally $69.95. It's only $24.95. And finally, folks, this is what 85. Did I make the VXX jump? You're damn right I did, man. We move markets here at Top Gun Options. Here is the full throttle slots, guys. This is almost $9,000 for only $29.95. This is where 85% of our current members are. They get everything we do here at Top Gun Options. Now, the rest of this page has everything, all the info you need on here. What the hell's a weekly options brief? What are the urgent alerts? What's Doug's stuff? Here's all the training. Understanding the Greeks, vertical spreads, iron condors, calendars, implied vol, exits. For those of you who have questions on when to exit a trade, how to adjust, how to manage your portfolio, you're going to get 2 hours of that. Okay? Most comments here on TGO can be, so shouldn't we all? Exactly, Peter. So here's the manuals you get. Folks, it's a no-brainer. Seriously. And well, I will go back and talk about some of the trades here, guys. So go.topgunoptions.com/getft. Okay. Here's the link one more time, guys. Harry, let me talk about the VXX trade. Let me talk about, we've been going an hour and a half. Just to let you guys know, the accelerated retirement brief is an hour long. It ain't an hour and a half. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of good extra work in here right now, guys. I will tell you one more time since my phone is buzzing, and that means that slots are going. We only take 50. I'm telling you guys, be the one who calls Monday and goes, "Hey, can I get a slot?" I won't laugh at you, but Omar, welcome aboard. Omar from Houston, Texas. Hopefully you are okay, Omar. My brother lives in Kingwood, and I think he didn't get leveled that bad. So Omar from Houston, Texas. Hopefully you didn't get Omar didn't hopefully get too leveled because he has a full throttle max slot. So welcome aboard, Omar. It's good to have you. And there's Harry said, Omar, our prayers go out to you. Oh, good. Awesome, Craig. So, guys, my phone's ringing. We are only going to get 50 of these, and then we close. Once this page goes down, man, please don't call us and say, can I be the 51st? Because we're going to laugh at you. So there's the page. Let me go back to the weekly options trade, guys, because some of you are saying, hey, should I hold it a little bit more? It's selling off on the Fed news right now, as I predicted at the beginning of this webinar. My call sign is Wiz. Let's take a look at what it's currently priced at. The 25.15 25.20. Hello, Options House. And we're waiting, guys. I want to get off before I want to hear her press conference, man. So I sent this trade out. I think at $1.30, $1.15, $1.35, folks. It's at 70 cents. Okay, let's just do the math here. You ready? 135 minus 70 equals times 15 contracts equals. How many of you? Good. Somebody got out better than this and got out for $1,000. This SPX bear call spread has profited $1,000 since Monday. Close it. Jan got out at 60 cents. You know what? Let me send out an alert here, guys. Because we're in here, and I'll talk Apple in a second. I'll close out. So, weekly options update SPX close 25.15 25.20 bear weekly. Yeah, well, bear call spread at what was it, 65 cents ish right now, at 65 cents for that'll be, if it's 65, it's about $1,000 gain in 2.5 days. Nice trade. So folks, I just demonstrated copy, send. I just paid for half of an annual subscription to defensive in front of you, folks. Okay. David in at $1.30 today and just closed it at 60 cents. David in and out for a nice day trade. I know she's talking, guys. Crap. I don't want to. Let me send this out to you, the full throttle folks here. You know what, folks? I do need to listen to this, man. I can't. For all the Apple questions, let's meet. We're going to meet tonight at 8:00, folks. We're going to meet tonight at 8:00 to meet Doug. You guys are going to meet Doug at 8:00. I gotta exactly. Harry, I'm up 45%. Blah blah blah. So, folks, let me run because I want to. I really do need to listen to this. I'll meet you guys back in here at 8:00 tonight. I'm going to introduce you to Doug Robertson, and he's going to do vertical spread training on NVIDIA, and it's going to be awesome. But I really need to. I need to jump. Because I need to listen to Janet. Here it is right here, guys. Welcome aboard to about 3 other Max members. I think we're already only down to 45 slots remaining. Go.topgunoptions.com/getft. I told you the market would sell off on the Fed announcement. It did. And those of you who held your SPX bear call spread since Monday are up $1,000. You're welcome. Okay, you bet, Tim. Have a great rest of your day. All right, guys. I'll get the replay. I'll sit down. I'll listen to Janet. I can multitask. I used to fly a fighter jet, land aboard a ship, do all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'll get you the replay here as soon as I can. But in the meantime, grab your slot, folks, because they're going to be gone soon. Especially, I haven't seen them going this quick in a long time. So this is awesome. So welcome aboard. Let me welcome aboard one more person. Who is it? Charles. Charles from Tualatin, Oregon. If I butchered that, I'm sorry, Chuck, but welcome aboard. We have a lot of Charles here, and they're doing really well. So, Charles, welcome aboard. There's another full throttle max slot. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Benoit, I'm going to listen to Janet, too. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless, and I'll see you guys tonight at 8:00. We'll see you. Welcome aboard to all the new members, and I'll see the rest of you guys at 8:00. We'll see you.